Oh, what
We
happened?
are.
Okay,
Uh-oh, you
cool.
broke.
We're here.
All right.
So this is Warriors Next Adventure. This is our second podcast, and we decided we're going to try and do this over Skype. Video quality is not amazing, but we're going to see what we can do. I'm on here with Robert Bray. He's over in Philadelphia right now, right?
Yeah, that's me. That's where
So
I'm at.
I wanted to talk to this guy because honestly, there's an online group that I was invited to back in early 2016, maybe late 2015. I think it might have been 2015. I was around pretty close to the beginning. It was like
Yeah.
I think a month or two, maybe a little bit more after you guys started it. But these guys have been a huge support system to me, believe it or not. It's just a shit posting group. We just talk shit. We post like stuff we probably shouldn't be posting, but the majority of us were veterans, and we all kind of bonded through that group, and it's kind of became like a second family to me. And
Dang.
this group has been like the biggest support system I had for my nonprofit. So I figured, fuck it, you might as well be the first one I interview.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thanks for coming on. So tell us about
Thank you, Nick.
yeah, what'd you do in the military?
I was a forward observer for the Army. I
What's
did
a
that for
forward
10 years.
observer?
Uh, you know that guy that goes out and calls in artillery and mortars and airstrikes and
Ooh.
close combat attacks, close air support. That was me. That's what I did.
So as the millennials would say, is it kind of like what Tyrese did in Transformers?
Oh yeah, right. Exactly. That was actually pretty good. He did a good job at faking it. I really appreciate it. Yeah, the Air Force JTACs, TACPs,
Yeah,
they're into the nitty gritty of doing it. They got it down to a science. The art and science. Us originally we were more of the calling the artillery and mortars, but
yeah,
over the years as war changed and became very uh, um, you know just different than what war was in the past. We kind of grew towards other things, close air support, close combat attacks. Of course, we got Army aircraft, we got Marine aircraft, Naval and Marine Corps aircraft.
Hey, don't forget the Air Force.
Can't forget the Air Force. Can't forget those guys. No, dude, I worked towards the end of before I got out. I worked with Air Force JTACs and TACPs a lot, and I I credit a lot of my knowledge to them.
Nice. Yeah,
And those
I didn't
dudes
get
are
a chance to
hardcore.
work with any of those guys, but their some of their schooling was on Lackland Air Force Base, which is
Hmm.
where the Air Force Security Forces guys have.
Yeah,
So
that's where they're. I think like their equivalent to the Army AIT is
yeah,
Advanced
we
Individual Training.
call it tech school.
Okay, that's fair. I also noticed today. I'm friends with somebody on Snapchat, and they called their Air Force barracks a dorm. I'm like, what? What?
That's
That
what we
that
call them.
place looks ballin', dude.
Yeah, they're called dorms. So it's a two 30-man bays. They're
Mhm.
connected by a hallway in the front, a hallway in the back. So we called it the dorms. We called it the barracks. We called it a few things. But then when you get to tech school, so I was there for security forces. When I was in tech school, it's like a huge hotel pretty much. So like you share,
Yeah,
it's you and one other person, sometimes three, sometimes there's a bunk bed, and then there's a bathroom in the middle, and then there's
yeah.
another room on the backside. So you technically have like one roommate, and then you have to share a pisser and a shitter.
I
So
mean,
I was cool with it. Yeah.
yeah, I'd be cool with that. I
I
live
shared
in
a
a
bedroom.
fucking boat right now. I
Yeah,
might as
dude.
well be in the Navy,
You're a fucking pirate.
a
No,
butt
dude. That
pirate.
that sailboat's really cool. What's the I don't know shit about sailboats. What is it?
It's a 1973 Irwin, 32 foot. It's a center cockpit, dual cabin. It's pretty sweet. It's old, and we're fixing it up. It's a wreck right now because we're
Yeah.
getting all the electrical set up, getting all that fixed.
Good thing you kind of know how to do that stuff, huh?
Yeah, yeah, it's nice knowing all that stuff. I did have the AC on. I turned it off. Hold on. Yeah, it's no, it's still on. Um, it's nice in here now.
Yeah.
All this wood, I'm gonna get some oil. I'm gonna restore all the teak wood, and it's nice. It floats. It looks good. It doesn't leak. Well, there's a window that leaks, but that's fixed. I just hadn't
Well,
gotten
that can't be too bad. Just put some Flex Seal and shit on there.
Yeah, fuck deal, right?
Does that shit actually work?
I don't know. I've never used it.
Okay, try it, dude. They made a boat out of that shit.
Right?
Got to close the window.
There's an old. I wouldn't call it old. I don't know what it is. Oh, hi, Willie. Willie has graced us with his presence. He's at the hatchway, but
Willie is Rob's dog. He's
that's my dog.
kind of a mascot of the group.
Yeah, he is quite a number of things. But
what kind of dog is he, dude? Because he looks like a wiener lab.
he's half rat, half basset.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The ears, got those basset ears.
Yeah, he got them short legs and that attitude. I get asked.
So what do you
all the time? What do you use?
What do you do for work? You know, because right now you're working for a school bus company repairing electrical, or are you installing the cameras?
I work for an independent company installing cameras on school buses.
Nice.
And as you know, I live in Tennessee, but I'm in New Jersey right now. This is where this company started, and I'm kind of helping bring this company up and getting it going, and kind of setting a good name and setting a standard and for what we do.
Nice.
It's just it's a pain in the ass.
Hey, do you know if you'll be in Jersey in July? Towards the end of July?
More than likely, I will probably be here until September.
Dude,
I might take a few days off and go back home to Tennessee and cut my fucking grass because it's probably on there.
Dude, the Mount Marcy hike, for those of you who don't know, part of what we're doing for this nonprofit is we're going around and we're climbing the mountains and trying to do other kind of outdoor activities and team building activities and getting together and actually trying to accomplish something. This Mount Marcy is it's a 3,000 foot ascent to the top, and it's 7-ish mile hike. But I'm actually flying into North Philadelphia. I don't remember what the name of the airport is. It's not Philly, but it's the one
North Philadelphia Airport. Yeah, that's right that's right by where I hang out, where all my boys are. Ooh.
Oh, dude. So I fly in on the 26th at like 8 o'clock. You should come with, dude, because you know who Jason Long is? He's part of the group.
Did I fuck?
Hold on.
Oh, we're good. I hit a button on my microphone. Yeah, I know Jason. He's up in New York.
Yeah, he lives in Staten Island. So I'm flying in, and I'm actually driving up. Me and him are going to get some pizza, and we're going to grab a beer. And then I'm going to stay in an Airbnb, and then we're going to drive up at like 5 a.m. up to upstate New York. You should come with, man.
I'd be game. What are the dates like?
It's just we're going up. So I'll pick you up Friday night around like 8:30. I need to get a Philly cheesesteak or something, man, because I had just Philly. Perfect. I had a Philly last time I was there. I was stationed at Fort Dix for a while. And,
I hate
place
Fort
sucked.
Dix.
It was pre-deployment training, so we were there before Iraq in 2009, I think.
That's where our recruiting battalion was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, and the recruiting battalion was actually at Lakehurst, right across the street from where the Hindenburg crashed and burned.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll pick you up around 8 o'clock or so, or about 8:30, 9 o'clock. I got a car waiting for me at budget rental or whatever. And then we're going to drive out to Staten Island. We'll be there probably about 10. We're going to meet up with Jason. We're going to go smash some pizza. And then we'll probably go have a beer or two. Not too much because I don't want to be fucking dehydrated and shit for the hike the next day. Even though we all did that in the military, show up to work fucking drunk as shit.
Yeah, but we're old now. We're getting way too old for that shit.
I know, right? And then we're driving up at like 5 a.m. It's like a 5-hour drive, maybe a little bit longer. But I want to start the hike at 1, but I want to be there as soon as possible just in case anybody really is there. So I've been sharing the event with tilt your camera back a little bit, but
Can't see my hat.
Yeah, there you go. You see the MAGA hat in the back.
Hey,
I want to. I
fight
want
over the hat.
to. I know it's just a hat, you know.
Yeah, well,
I don't
some
get why
people
people
it's
get.
not.
I don't get why
To that
so many
feather.
people get so pissed off. But we'll be there probably about 12-ish, and I want to start the climb about 1. Um, I found out there's only groups of 15 max, so we have to do like a group of 15 and then space it out for like 10 minutes, and then another group of 15, and we have to keep doing it like that until we get everybody up top. But I want to try to get everybody up top by like 2:30. It's like a 3.5 hour climb up. Um,
Too bad.
yeah, it's not bad at all. It doesn't look.
Obviously, I smoke a lot, so I guess the elevation ain't too bad.
Yeah, no. I would just all bring water and shit will be fine. And then
Yeah,
I want to get together like cuz yeah, no, right. um I need more content for my nonprofit. So I want people to bring I'm promoting people to bring cameras and take pictures
but
and videos and shit. Send it all to me and I want to try to make like a you remember that video in Hawaii where I got gored by that boar?
oh my god, yeah, that
Oh.
was
Who fucking gets gored by a wild boar in Hawaii on vacation?
wild.
Dude, he just missed my butthole too. Like my butthole was maybe missed by a millimeter.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
imagine
that terrible.
like you probably still be recovered.
I'd like to get a few pictures. I want to get a group photo up top. And I think what I'm gonna do, because somebody's like, dude, you should like do something funny too. So like, you know what? I'm gonna get one of those horse masks, and I'm gonna take it with me on every trip, and I'm gonna make somebody wear it on every hike.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I have a
Some
unicorn mask at home.
oh, in Tennessee.
Yeah, it's not here.
Oh,
Otherwise, fuck yeah. When I came up here, I literally just brought like work clothes. I brought my Xbox and my TV, and that was it. I brought my dog and a bag of dog food.
the essentials.
And I'm still fucking here.
Weren't you only supposed to be there for a few months?
I was only supposed to be here like a month,
Is it
and
just you
now
just kicked ass and they just needed you there, or what?
well, a really good friend of mine started the company,
Yep.
and some of the people he hired were just shit.
Yep.
And I had just quit mechanicking, and he convinced me to come up here, and I stayed in Kensington, Fishtown area, Philadelphia for a while,
Yep.
and now I'm on the boat, and I've like pretty much set the standard for the company on quality and performance and service.
Yep.
So the problem is hiring somebody that's worth a shit.
Yeah. No, I get how that goes, man. That's the hard thing about the nonprofit is like I have my buddy Rob. He was a ranger and he was a medic, I believe, and I should probably get that down since he's one of my board of directors. And then my buddy Judd, he was Air Force Security Forces for a while. We went to Qatar together on our first deployment, and we sat Chili's by the poolside and lifted weights.
Oh shit!
Dude, there was a Dairy Queen in the gym.
Oh, what in the
Yeah,
gym?
yeah, in the gym. It was great.
The purpose of going.
I know, right? I'd go to the gym all the time, but I didn't tell people it was to get
hot
dairy.
dogs and ice cream the whole time.
Yeah.
If you get
I
a
went to the gym.
supersize.
Every day I go to the gym, but it's to get a blizzard,
I want all of your Reese's in a blizzard. I don't think you understood me. Full Ron Swanson over here.
Yeah.
I meant all of them.
Yeah, so those two, they're really reliable because you need, talking to a lot of people who own I've been talking to a lot of CEOs for different nonprofits, and they all say have at least 2 or 3 people you can really trust. And then, yeah, like, so right now I'm looking for a CPA, somebody to do like because I'm the treasurer, I'm the event manager, I'm the coordinator, I do everything right now.
What the fuck is CPA?
It's an accountant.
Well, I just learned how to use technology, so don't rely on me for anything.
Well, like I'm doing good with bill keeping, and I'm tracking every donation, and I'm tracking every expense, like up to the last fucking penny, and I'm doing it just fine. But everybody who owns their own business or own not owns, because you don't technically own a nonprofit, but everybody who's a CEO or president of the nonprofit is saying, look, you need to cover your ass. You need to get an accountant, even if you're doing anything right. It's just to cover your ass and make sure everybody knows you're crossing your T's, dotting your I's and shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I hear you. It's like running this company. It's just
Yeah.
fucking madhouse.
Well, it's a huge pain in the ass to do all that billing and coding and shit. Like, it's such a pain in the ass. Well, it's pretty easy, like, because the good thing is the majority of my donations are coming through GoFundMe and PayPal, so everything's tracked. So pretty much what I do is I just I print out the statements and then I type everything in like a Excel. I've been using Google Docs just because it's online and I can use it at any computer.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just tracking everything. So I did all the donations today. I got to do all the expenses tomorrow, but I got a book that I've been like writing down every expense and writing down everything because I don't trust technology. So you never know.
Technology will fail you. That's all growing up as a Ford observer.
Yeah.
You got your dagger, your plugger, or the plugger when I first came in. You got all your.
We played with the pluggers when I was fucking
started. Oh yeah, that's old school right there. But
shit.
Technology will fail you, so you got to learn how to use a map, compass, and protractor.
Yeah.
Got to be able to find your location on a map, your enemy's location on a map, and be able to talk to your artillery FDC and tell them where to put the fucking rain.
Yeah.
Same concept to stuff like that. Technology will fail. You got to learn to just get her done. Do it for Dale.
Well, my job as a 911 dispatcher is I have a huge map. I like my map. Everybody else can use like other shit, but I like to use my map because I know where shit is and I know where the highways are. And if I know where somebody is on a map, I can get somebody to them. And we got some of the kids that come in there, man, are like in their early 20s and they do not know how to look at a map. It's like, dude, how the fuck? Like, how do you get through life? I don't get it. They're like, GPS. It's like, God damn it. It's like all the technology we have these days is making people like weak, man.
Yeah, it is. If it failed, a lot of people would be fucked.
Yeah.
Totally
and one of my buddies who I do another podcast with, he actually asked me the question, like, what would happen? Because he's an anarchist. He's all for anarchy. Oh yeah. And like the more we talk about it, the more I'm like, as long as somebody's not trying to come at me, I mean, I'd be cool with that. But he was like, how many men do you know that if all technology failed and civilization just collapsed, how many people do you know that would actually be okay? I know I'd be fine. I'd figure my way out.
I'd be great A-okay. I'd be so happy.
I know, right? Go up to the boundary waters, man. Go up to North Minnesota and just live in the woods. Sounds amazing.
I'd hoof it back to Tennessee and live off my fucking dead animals and fucking and gardens.
Speaking of Tennessee, man, those waterfalls that you were posting up a couple weeks ago, that was like a month ago.
It was like over a month ago. It's been a while. It was like it was January when I went with my dad. He came down to visit. We went to. Yeah, it was, dude. Time flies.
Like 6 months ago. Holy crap!
It seems like, dude. But dude, they're awesome. I can't explain. I got this book, and it's just it's thick. Like I'm not talking about my penis size here. I'm talking about this book.
That'd be a little smaller then.
But it was just all these waterfalls, and it gave you like the hiking trails and etc.
Yeah.
So me and my dad, we just like, all right, this is close, let's go. All right, well, this one's a little bit further away, let's go. And it was so cool. I want to go back again so bad.
Yeah, some of those big ones are really cool, man.
Oh, dude, yeah. And some of the overlooks, I mean, all over like, millions of years, this water has cut away these canyons.
Yeah.
And you stand up there and you're just looking down like, if I fell right now, I'd be fucking dead as fuck. It'd probably take me a week to recover my dead ass body.
Yeah, no, it
It's
it always looked really cool. Like I know this is a bad analogy, but the first time I saw the fuck's that movie with the banjo and the dude's getting banged in the butt?
Deliverance.
Yeah, like I saw Deliverance. It's like, damn, that place is awesome. You know,
Yeah, it sounded like a.
minus the butt sex. I'd like to go there without the butt sex.
Yeah, I prefer not to have that. Unwanted butt sex, nobody likes. I mean,
No,
that's
thanks.
literally rape. I mean, nobody likes rape.
No, no,
Unless,
I'll
yeah.
pass.
Okay.
Pass.
Pass.
Yo, bro. So, a big reason why I'm doing this podcast is to kind of like, find people who are, you know, like the resilience training we got in the military,
Oh, God.
you know, and everybody knows half the reason why I'm doing this nonprofit. I'm trying not to make a lot of these podcasts sappy, but everybody's got a story to tell, and I think everybody has something to say that would kind of help people who were in some of the dark spots that we've all been in, and it's just sad that a lot of veterans get to that point where they end up ending it. Like I'm lucky enough to where I suck at reloading ammo and my bullet didn't fire. So it's not funny, but hey, it's whatever. I'm here. So
It, it is what it is. I mean, I probably lose, I don't know, 3 to 4 friends a year to suicide. I've thought about it myself. I've wanted to do it. I've been to the VA for it, and they helped me out a lot. And really, it's a selfish act. I hate to put it that way. And if you're in those troubles, I hate to call you a selfish person, but you're being pretty selfish if you're going to do it. And if you do it, I'm going to miss you. I'm going to love you, but I'm going to call you a selfish asshole.
I call you a prick or taking a shot to you.
Yeah. But I like to look at other wars. I mean, look at World War One. That was a brutal war. Those dudes came home so fucked up, and a lot of them still. I mean, if they weren't just completely fucking retarded after shell shock, they lived happy, normal lives, and a lot of them, a lot of them became, political leaders, figures, etc. Started big companies.
Like
Same with
some of the people that helped build this country know what it is.
absolutely. I mean, even looking back to like the Civil War and all the wars, I mean, you just got to look at that and like, dude, those guys did it. We can too.
Yeah.
I just, if I'm having a bad day, I think of shit like the Chosen Reservoir. I think of fucking Vietnam, Hamburger Hill. Those dudes made it. They can push through. World War One, Verdun, the Somme, etc. They made it. They. It's just how you take it. It's how you perceive things. I've spent a lot of time in some dark places, and that's kind of a reason why I don't have a gun. It's because I'm probably going to blow my brains out when I go through those moments. But just think of that. Think of the others. Think of the people that love you and care about you. I mean, anybody can say, "Oh, hey, if you're down, if you're suicidal, reach out to me. Here's my number." I've never called anybody. I
Yeah.
just no, I never do it. It's just you got to get yourself in the right mindset, and everybody's different. Everybody, they deal with things differently. They process things differently. It's just how you do it. You just got to be stronger than what's going on. I mean, you went through war. I mean, something gave you a reason to have the issues you're having, and you're strong enough to get through it. You're strong enough to get through anything.
Amen, brother. I
Amen.
100% agree with you. One thing I try to tell people is, like you said, a lot of times people say, "Hey, man, reach out. Hey, man, reach out," which is why, I do say that a lot with this nonprofit, but I guarantee you there's a lot of people out there that can vouch when I say I fucking notice shit and I reach out. I talk to people when they need it, and I do my best to keep my eyes open. And, that group that we have, there's people in there that are comfortable saying shit to our group that they're not comfortable saying to people, that they really
Absolutely.
talk to.
Even their own family.
No, yeah,
They
for
won't even
sure.
talk to them.
I,
They'd
I
rather
told you
talk
guys a
to us
lot of
and
shit
share
that I
the
haven't
same
told people
humor.
that I love, man.
I know, right? Same here.
Yeah.
I won't tell my dad. I'm not going to tell my brother. I'm not going to tell any of my civilian friends up here. Um, I just I'm the guy that bottles it up, and when it comes out, and I just kind of deal with it. I just I show up late for work a few times and get drunk a lot, but uh, just I don't know. I get myself in the right mindset. Um, I like to watch a lot of podcasts and shows on YouTube, etc. Lately, someone who's helped me out big is Dan Pena, um, the $1 trillion man. If you haven't watched Dan Pena, dude, you gotta watch that guy. He's
I'm writing
motivated.
them down right now.
Uh,
Dan Pena?
the PENA, yeah. He's a 72-year-old Army veteran. He's a they call him the $50 billion man, or the $1 trillion man.
Yeah.
He's rich as fuck, and he is a self-made man.
Yeah.
And just if you listen to him talk, dude, he don't care about pity. He don't care about self-pity. He's all about, if you want to make it, you're gonna have to bring yourself up. And I owe probably the last month of my life of sanity and getting back to a normal state of mind to him after listening to him.
Good, man. I'm happy to hear that,
So
'cause
check that guy out for real. If anybody is listening and you want to laugh and you want to and you want to hear some fucking real shit, listen to him.
yeah. One person I listen to a lot is Stefan Molyneux. You know who he is?
Mm-mm.
So look up Stefan Molyneux. He's I think he's Canadian. But
There's a lot of Canadians out there.
yeah. He kind of revolves around. You know what MGTOW is? Men going their own way.
No, you have to
Wait,
text me all this. I'm a
yeah.
dumbass and I don't have a pen.
Yeah, I'll message you. So MGTOW is kind of like a way of thinking, and a lot of people see it as like women hating. That's not the way it is. It's about men elevating their standards and elevating the way that they treat themselves and the way that they act. And just being a man's man is not a bad thing. Like there's a lot of, if you want to say the whole beta male, alpha male, whatever. There's a lot of stereotypes out there that the whole toxic masculinity, and I was like, you know what, fuck that shit. I love everybody. I'm nice to everybody. Like you probably have never seen me be rude to somebody unless we're like shit posting on a
Yeah,
on a group, getting banned on Facebook as you. But half the time, I'm just being funny. I just like to make people laugh. Like if anybody looks at my Facebook, almost everything is just me posting something stupid to make everybody else laugh, because I know that laughter is one of the best things that you could do. It's medicine, dude. Laughter is medicine.
absolutely. It's the best medicine. And I don't take any drugs or anything. I was all medded up for a while, and I
Yeah.
don't take that shit. And I truly believe laughter is the best medicine. It really is.
Bro, I've had better times with you and the rest of the group. I've had better times with you guys than I have with almost anybody I know. Because
Oh yeah, same.
whenever I'm feeling down, I go there and I know I'm gonna find something to laugh at. Usually it's some
Absolutely.
shit like, "How do you think of that?" Or like,
Yeah.
"Why would
What?
anybody say that?" you know?
I'm gonna have nightmares over that. What the fuck is that? Oh, dude,
Well, it's
it's
like,
crazy. Well, of course, Facebook and
yeah,
everything else likes to shut us down, but we always regroup.
yeah.
I
Well, it's
mean, we
it's
went.
just nice to have, I guess when it all boils down to is everybody needs a release, and a healthy release, I should say. Like veterans all know that drinking is kind of embedded into our way of life. You know, like what do you do when somebody comes home from war? You drink. What do you do when somebody leaves? You drink. Somebody has a baby, you drink. And
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
kind of our way of bonding, and that's why I don't really shut it out of the nonprofit. I'm not going to promote it, obviously, because it's not healthy to be fucking
Yeah,
hammered when you're suicidal, because then that's just when dumb shit
it's
happens.
not. It's really not. But
But
hell,
getting together with a bunch of buddies and having some beers, man, like tell me
well, hell,
there's a better therapy. There's
dude, there's
not.
nothing better. And that's one reason why I joined the group that I did. The fraternity I did. It's because all we do is drink beer and talk shit, laugh, and fucking have a good time, and I
That's good,
love
man.
it.
That's good. I'm glad you got a group of people up there to chill with.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
I got my regular friends that I knew before, and we still hang out. But I got my dudes that we get fucked up and just have a good time. Nobody, we're from all over, you know, races, religions, etc. And we just get together and we do not have a bad time.
yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, I've seen some of the videos you guys getting together. It always, you guys
It's
always
crazy.
crack me up, man. It's hilarious.
It's wild.
Yeah. Well, like one thing I'm trying to promote is some of the slogans I have explore everything and find your passion, because I feel like veterans don't truly start to evolve or truly start to heal until they find a passion.
Mhm.
And I think me working as a 911 dispatcher, I've realized that my passion is quite honestly just helping people through tough times. You know, because
Absolutely.
my whole job from even just today, my whole job is to make people feel better. I took a 911 call. Girl crashed her car. No big deal, right? But she was a young girl. She probably had never been in an accident. She was freaking the fuck out, losing her mind. It's like, hey, you're on the shoulder. You know, you're not in the lanes of traffic. You got nobody's gonna hit you. You're fine. You got plenty of space. This stuff happens all the time. It's not that big of a deal. She's like, it's my parents' car. It's like, listen, I guarantee your parents, their only concern is if you're gonna be okay. And I was like, if they get mad at you because you crashed, it's whatever. You're not dead,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's my last 6 years has been revolved around making people feel better than they were when they first talked to me. And so I kind of became addicted to, my guilty pleasure is helping people. You know,
Yeah,
like one thing I always tell people is, there's that old, it's a military meme that you can see on Facebook sometimes, but it's like, it's a soldier sitting down in a deep pit, right? And he can't get out. He's stuck. His legs are hurt. His back hurts. He can't climb out. Somebody walks by and says, "Hey, are you okay?" And he says, "No, I need help." And says, "All right." And the guy just walks away. He was like, we'll call him a colonel. And then somebody else walks by, and he's a higher ranking individual, and he says, "Hey, are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I need help." So he sends him down a ladder, and then just walks away. Little does he know that soldier can't get up. He can't climb up that ladder. He doesn't know what to do. Next thing you know, a fresh sergeant comes walking by and sees him down there. He climbs down the ladder and he sits down, takes his helmet off, and he kicks up his feet and he lights up a cigarette. And the soldier says, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm gonna sit here until you're ready to go." And so they just sit and start bullshitting. So the sergeant sits down there until the soldier is ready to be, ready to climb that ladder, and he helps him up the ladder. He pushes him up. He helps him step every way all the way up the ladder. The sergeant stays at the bottom of the pit. Well, the soldier gets out and asks, "Why did you do this?" He said, "Because I've been there before and I know how to get out. Now get the fuck out of here." And the soldier walks
yeah,
away, and the sergeant sits down, finishes his cigarette, and then climbs out the ladder. I feel like I can be that person because the amount of times that I've been, suicidal to the point where I tried and failed, you know, luckily I suck at killing myself. you know, I've tried
thank
twice.
God.
I know I tried twice. It just doesn't work. But now I've gotten to that point again, shortly after my last divorce. But I got to that point, and the first thing that I did was disappear into the woods because I was filming that waterfall documentary during that time frame, and I knew I needed to get in nature.
Yeah,
I needed to get out hiking. I needed to get the fuck away from people and technology. So I remember I went to one of my favorite places over in Stillwater, Minnesota. It's on the border of Minnesota and Wisconsin, so just outside the Twin Cities. And there's like a hidden waterfall back there that not a lot of people really know about it. And so I hiked back there, and I'd been practicing Buddhism for the last 3 years. Obviously not religiously, because I still talk shit and I eat meat. So, but but I like the way of life. You know, it's calming and it makes me feel better whenever I get to that point and I feel like there's so much rage inside of me. And I feel like that's one thing that a lot of veterans get is they get that rage built up and they don't know how to get rid of it. And that's where finding a healthy release comes in. And so I went out to that waterfall and I meditated under the waterfall. There's a giant rock at the base of the waterfall. It's only like 15 feet, so it's not super strong. But I just sit underneath the waterfall and I meditate. And I just sat there until I felt better. And I probably sat there for 3 hours. And I remember like, it's weird because I kind of get to the point where I've been meditating so often, I kind of go into a trance and I forget where I'm at. I'm just gone. I'm lost inside my own head. And when I come out, I feel like I've been sleeping for hours and I just feel refreshed. I feel so much better. And I get up and I just look around and I stare and I look at my scenery. And that area is so beautiful because it's kind of like a beginning of a valley, like a small valley. And then the stream goes down and it actually connects to the river. So you get the river running down, you listen to everything. And then, it was beautiful and I felt better. And I was like, you know what, this is amazing. And it's like, I've had so many clarifying moments over the last few years, realizing that recreational therapy for me is the best therapy I could ever have. You know, I tried antidepressants, I tried therapy, I tried smoking weed, I tried everything, and it's just nothing worked, man. So since I've been meditating, I I don't do anything anymore. You know, I drink with friends occasionally, but I don't use anything to make myself feel better, except for getting inside my own head.
Yeah, I hear you. It's like I drink because it's fun. That's everything else. I don't know. I got a park. I got an island right next to the boat dock, and I go walk around that with Willie, and that's relaxing.
Yeah.
Um, there's a nice view of the Philadelphia skyline. It's like, you know what? When I lived there, it was so fucking loud, and out here it's so quiet, and it's just peaceful to just be able to walk around and I got the river, I got the Rancocas Creek,
Yeah.
however it's pronounced up here in New Jersey. uh, it's just peaceful. I like it, and there goes Willie Borkin.
Oh, he said
Yeah, dude,
Borkin.
he's out there Borkin.
Well,
He
dude,
gets to going. It just sounds like he's saying Bork, Bork.
well, dude, and whenever I say like, I always give shout outs to people who've been part of my healing process, and honestly, the group has been one of the biggest piece of that puzzle, man. So thank you,
Absolutely
seriously.
same.
Like you and Chase and Jax, and you guys obviously have been kind of the main anchor. Whether you want to think it or not. I don't talk to Chase too much anymore. I still bullshit with him, but ever since he
Same.
kind of ever since he kind of gave up leadership, he kind of just sits back and talks
Yeah.
shit.
Well, when his dog died, it kind of died down for him, and I felt so bad for him.
Yeah,
That
so
was that
sad.
was his fucking dude. Like I wanted to cry. Like
Yeah, Wayne's a
if
good.
if it, yeah, he's a good dude. He is an awesome guy, and I
You know,
respect
he's
him.
he's sent me like 3 Christmas cards. Like,
Yeah, same. He sends me
dude,
Christmas
nobody
drugs.
sends me Christmas cards.
I usually send like fucked up Christmas cards to people. I think I might have sent you
You
one. I
said,
don't remember.
I think it was like "go fuck yourself" or something. Like I opened it up and it was just a big middle finger. I
Yeah,
was like,
it was like Rudolph showing his balls or something. I don't remember.
dude, I showed everybody that Christmas card. It was hilarious.
Oh, dude, that's just great. I get online and just find the fucked up Christmas cards and
Yeah,
greeting cards and just send them to people because like you get those regular cards like yeah that's cute cool I'm gonna forget about it, but you get those ones that are funny, and if you send it to someone who's got a dark sense of humor or
yeah,
whatever, they're gonna remember that shit forever, and they're
yeah.
gonna
That was
laugh.
great.
They're gonna laugh their asses off. And I
Well,
wish I could do more of that, but I'm poor and
yeah, no, I get it.
whatever.
Well, hey, dude. Pretty soon here. I got a plan kind of set aside. I don't really want to say anything yet because it's not set in stone, so I don't like saying shit if it's not real.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
my plan is to quit my job by January 1st. I love my job as a dispatcher because it's rewarding to me, and I get some satisfaction for my job, which is hard to find. But I got a chance to run this nonprofit full time, but I'll be doing a different job, but I'll be in a new city every Wednesday through Sunday. So Saturdays I have 100% free. So I'll be able to do a new event in a different city every single weekend, except for like 15 weeks out of the year or something like that. So every Saturday I'll be able to do a new event in a new city and actually get a different group of veterans together every single weekend, and then some other shit thrown in there too that I'm gonna kind of keep quiet until I really get going.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not gonna be making that much money, so I'm actually looking into moving in with my mom and my dad, one of the two, because they live separate. But I'm looking into doing that so I can cut my costs to like nothing, so I can quit my job. Because right now, if I quit my job and I try to do this full time, I can't afford it. So I'm kind of sacrificing. I'm gonna sell all my shit. I'm gonna keep like the basics for my kids and my clothes and stuff. But I was sitting here when I got back from Hawaii, dude. Hawaii changed my whole life. I
Oh,
got
I
back
bet.
and I got back. I sat down in my apartment and I'm just like, what am I doing here? And I had a really good conversation. Shout out to Alex and Ryan. Those guys, I met them down in Hawaii. I went to middle school with Ryan. Him and his wife literally they sold everything they have and they put whatever else they had in storage. They've lived in I think like Argentina. They're in Panama right now. They were in Colombia. They were actually in Hawaii when I was down there. So like, what are the odds? And they run like, I know, right? So they run like a daily blog and they do a bunch of other stuff. And they're like, dude, he's like, you're worth a lot of money. You need to do something. And I thought about starting a podcast, but I'm like, who the fuck wants to listen to me? You know, but it's like, you know what? It's not, I don't want people to listen to me. I want people to listen to our conversations, because I feel like, veterans talking to each other it's a healing method. But at the same time, for other people who feel alone, they can connect with us. When you listen to a podcast and they're talking about something that you can relate to, you get something out of it. So why can't me and you having a conversation about life and about life after the military? That's a lot of good content right there, and I feel like we have a lot of good advice. Even if it's a little bombs here and there.
Have you ever thought about going to the VA? And they have those groups, and I was supposed to go, but I bitched out. We're guys. Yeah, I I don't want to talk to people sometimes, and I
Yeah.
was at that point when I was supposed to go, and I didn't want to go. Just kind of going there and talking to them, not as I don't know, not as someone. How do I say this? Like going through problems, but like someone there to help and even like put it out to to bring them aboard and have them come on and talk for a little bit.
Yeah.
That would probably do more for a lot of people that go to those groups than it would for those people that go to those groups. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well, the problem is a lot of veterans they're I don't want to say afraid, but their
Stubborn.
ability to be vulnerable is just not there. And I think one of my, I'm going to be a douche here and toot my own horn, but I think one of my biggest qualities is the ability to be vulnerable because I'm not scared of what I've been through. I'm not scared of who I've been. And I'm fucking proud of who I am right now, because
Should be.
I care about people and I just want to make sure my buddies don't fucking kill themselves, man. And I think the best thing to do is this nonprofit. And I'm not going to let anything stop me because it's already to the point where I'm overwhelmed with the amount of support that I've been getting because like I was nervous to even start this whole thing, but when I got back from Hawaii, I'm like, dude, fuck it. I need to do this,
Yeah.
Like this is
I
amazing.
remember before you went, it was just like it was Nick is I don't know. When you got back, it was just you were completely different, and then all this
Dude,
started coming up, and it was just like fuck yeah, dude.
yeah, what honestly, you guys have been one of the biggest support groups that I have, and you know, the group has donated more than anybody. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, seriously, if you put it together, the group has probably donated probably 85% of what's been donated so far. So, you know, and I've tried not to share on there because I don't want to be douchey and stuff like that. But a lot of the group I'm friends with on Facebook now, like I'll actually add them,
That's
even
good.
the burners, but which is probably not safe.
Actually, I had to delete a bunch because I was like, I don't remember who you are.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's weird how like I consider you a close friend. We've never met, dude, but
Yeah, but
we've
it's like,
probably been live. We've probably been with each other on Facebook on the group like 10 times or so,
oh
maybe.
yeah, so many times.
But it's
The
like
hell, I
it's
might do it
crazy.
tonight. I don't know. Might do it
I
tonight and
miss
talk.
those days, man. That shit was hilarious.
Oh, that shit was great. I fucking miss that shit.
Yeah.
And for a while there, I left. I got tired of everything getting fucking banned off Facebook and all the censorship. And I left for a while, and I was like, you know what? Fuck them. We're gonna
Well,
go back.
it's kind of found out who the culprit was, so once.
Yeah, but I think it was probably more than that. But
Yeah.
still, it's who
Well, yeah.
really was the one, unfortunately.
Well, the one thing I think anybody should get out of this conversation is we need to lean on each other, and you know
Absolutely.
it doesn't matter if you know somebody or not. It's the veteran brotherhood is fucking. It will always be strong, and it's always going to be there. And I can tell people all day, look, I'm here for you. Look, I'll be here for you. But it don't mean shit until you like prove. But the amount of people that I've seen on our group, kind of talking suicidal or like anytime I see something I don't like, man, the first thing I do is fucking reach out to them, and I've gotten a great response from everybody that I've talked to, and I don't know what it is, but people tend to open up, and I really appreciate it. And I will always keep any conversation confidential, obviously, except for this podcast. Sorry, bro, everybody's gonna see this. but,
Okay.
it's like I just want people to know that they have somebody in me who actually gives a shit. And the whole reason why I'm doing this nonprofit is, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Part of this nonprofit is for my own therapy because I like helping people and I like climbing mountains and I like hiking and I like fishing. So fuck it. Why would I not put all of my passions into one thing?
It's a
And
fucking win-win, dude.
dude, it's amazing. And then I gotta talk to this group. It's called We Defy.
Yeah.
It's a nonprofit that was started to help veterans start training jujitsu, and they give them 2 free gis, which gis are like $100, dude. They're expensive, and then they pay for like a year's scholarship to go train jujitsu. So, so shout out to We Defy. I know I still haven't really talked to you
Shout
guys
out.
yet, but
Shout out, boys.
yeah.
What's up?
So, jujitsu is
Some good
obviously a
shit.
huge passion of mine, and I plan on continuing once my head's not all ridiculous. Um, but when I'm in a new city, I want to train jujitsu in a new city every single week, and I want to try to kind of preach We Defy because I believe in that nonprofit. I have no affiliation with them, but I think that it's a great fucking idea, and I think veterans training jujitsu is just another form of physical or recreational therapy, dude.
Absolutely. That is, you get that, you go into like fraternities like what I'm in, with, you get that brotherhood, but you also get, whenever you go into like those jujitsu clubs or doing martial arts again, because I haven't done it in years. I grew up doing it. Uh, you get that combat too. You get
Yeah.
that.
You
Get
can
that.
choke somebody the fuck out and not get in trouble. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it.
Better
I mean,
therapy than grabbing somebody and strangling them to death and then fucking hugging each other and high fiving.
oh yeah, it's not
That's
like a real fight where we're actually trying to fucking hurt each other.
exactly.
I've been in some fights the last couple of months, and I look back and like that was stupid, but I didn't start it.
Yeah.
I was just involved
But
because
you are in
somebody.
Philadelphia, the city of assholes.
Yeah, I mean, I
Anybody
do.
listen from Philly, I'm sorry, but come on.
God, I love Philly. Philly. Oh shit! There goes my phone. Nashville, Kansas City, Columbia, South Carolina. All those cities I've lived in, man. Philadelphia is my favorite. I love this fucking city.
Bro, the
And
cheesesteaks are for real. Like people always say,
steaks.
like, yeah, okay, whatever. No, I had a cheesesteak from I can't remember the name of it, but when I was stationed there, I drove over to Philly for a day and we were walking around, and I found this like shitty fucking stand on the side of the road, and everyone always says
Those
like
are
that's the best shit.
yes, it's
Yeah,
the best.
dude, I ate that cheesesteak and I choked like 3 times because I was just harfing that shit down, and like the bread was so soft it got stuck in my throat, man. Like I
Oh
just
my god,
like this is so good, I don't even want to chew it.
dude, it's so fucking good. And it's just like knowing that, like, I'm in Philadelphia eating a cheesesteak. And it's fucking, it's, I need a better fucking phone stand. I'm literally
Yeah.
using, I got this reel of fucking wire that I have all my shit plugged into. I got my Xbox, my TV, my Bluetooth John, and my phone. It's all plugged into it. I'm just leaning my phone against it.
Yeah, I gotta get going here soon. I actually got another veteran who I've met online. I don't remember how we started talking. I think he was in one of the million groups that I'm in, and I said something about being in Minnesota, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm a vet," and then he saw the nonprofit, and he actually goes down to Puerto Rico and he helps out with like rehabilitation, like or like helps rebuild houses and shit like that. I don't know exactly what he's doing. I'm going to get the full story tonight, but he's doing some pretty cool shit. So we're gonna go grab a beer and bullshit. But
Nice, dude. That's tits, man.
hey,
We got the school
I
bus here. We're going to donate to a veteran group. That's we're going to turn it into showers.
oh, that's a better idea than giving it to
It's a
me.
big bus. You need a little
Okay,
bus.
yeah, I need a little bus.
I got just the bus for you.
All right,
I got just the one for you. So I'll get some pictures and send it to you.
all right. Well, if anybody's curious, like one thing I've been planning on doing is to majorly cut my costs for this nonprofit because my main thing is I don't want my life to intrude on this nonprofit as much as possible. So obviously I need to eat food, I need to pay child support, shit like that. So one thing I was thinking about doing is actually buying a bus or like a van and converting it into a camper. And that way I can travel the country and my home is literally my wheels and
Yeah.
it'll cut costs for everything. So,
Yeah, I hear you. That's
you know,
what I would do in that situation. I would totally do it.
you know,
Definitely.
another thing I want to do too is like kind of like a crisis intervention type thing. Like, we've all had a buddy who we're pretty terrified as to like what they're gonna do in the next couple days. And so like one thing I want to do is like, if anybody has a friend who is, at the point where you think that they're gonna, off themselves or something's not right, I want to grab that person and fly out to their friend's house and literally take like 2 or 3 days and just either go hiking, go hunting, go fishing, just take them off and get them outside and get them out doing some stuff just to have that brotherhood back together, because
Absolutely.
those few days of brotherhood and just sitting together and talking, man, tell me that won't help people.
Dude, that would do a world of wonders. It would change people's lives. And not even theirs, but people that are watching from the outside.
Yeah. How is it that your sound sounds better outside than it does inside?
I have no idea.
But no,
It's
so like
really nice out now.
yeah.
We got the moon. We got
Oh,
some
sweet.
America. We got the old Willie Mammoth right there.
Willie, Poppy.
Willie Man.
Oh, I forgot you got headphones on. You can't hear what I'm saying, so
Yeah.
I'm just calling you.
Oh, you hear him over there borking.
Hey, dude. Seriously though, I really hope you can make that Mom Marcy thing. I'll just come pick you up, and you can bring
Yeah,
Willie
dude.
too if you want.
Yeah, send me the dates and times, and I'll have my secretary just cut me off the calendar.
Okay. If you know anybody else that wants to go, like, I pretty much got like a little vagina on wheels. Like, I don't know what I'm getting, but it's the compact like econo car.
Well, I got my truck. I mean, I can. It's a single cab Ram, so it's just yeah, I could fit 2 people in there.
Okay.
So I could
Well,
pick
if
up
it gets to the point where you get too many people, man, then just fine. And I don't know if you heard, but Alex Santo, he's from the group. He's a firefighter up in Upper J, which is literally 20 minutes away from the mountain.
yeah,
He's a firefighter, and he actually rented out the firehouse that day. So we're gonna have a giant barbecue. And I've been talking to Tops Market. It's just a local grocery store chain there about donating meat and hot dogs and buns and everything like that. So we're gonna have a huge barbecue after the hike.
nice.
Yeah.
I got a
So
few buddies. I got some Marine Corps veterans that I went to school with up here. And
go
I
to
hung out with, yeah,
it.
had to let her go. But dudes are awesome, and
Cool.
they're very adventurous. So I'd like to get them on board, and I'm sure their wives and girlfriends would be cool with it, because if they're not, then fuck them.
Well, one thing I've been telling everybody too is like, any of these hikes, if you want to bring your kids or your wife, I don't care. It's not only for veterans. Obviously I'm promoting this to veterans, but if somebody can't go because they have their kid, I'm not going to tell them you can't bring your kid. Bring your kid along. Let's show everybody what veterans do together and what we can do as a whole. We can learn from each other, we can build from each other, and we can fix this whole suicidal bullshit that's been, just killing us, man, literally. So,
Gotta kill it, man. Gotta
and
end it
on
now.
and for anybody who just wants to get out and go for a hike and have a good time, fuck it, come out.
Yeah,
So
come
it's
out, have a good
it
time.
it's not
Fucking
only for, mental health. I mean, that's the main focus, but it's a lot of it is just to get us all together and fucking bring that brotherhood back together.
I mean, a lot of people don't realize something like that, the impact it would have on their mental stability and their lives. So,
Absolutely, man.
I mean,
But
I've I got nothing else to say about that. That's the truth.
well, I appreciate it, and we're gonna cut this off here, and I just want to say thanks. Seriously, like I can't say thank you enough. You and the rest of the guys have been huge
Thank
for
you,
me,
guys.
and just bullshitting with you guys and joking around, and I feel like I feel normal when I talk to you guys.
Same,
There's
same.
a lot of people I can't, not to say anything bad about civilians. It's just we can't really be ourselves. But in that group, like there's no worries at all. We literally can say what we want, do what we want. So it's nice to
I
have that
mean,
group. So
I hear
thanks.
you, man. My issues have as ruined relationships with a lot of people. Wasn't fun, but you guys have helped me as well, and we've
Good, man.
helped others, and I want to keep that going.
Oh yeah.
And what you're doing is great, and I admire it, I appreciate it, and I love it. And I'm here to help you guys in any way that I can. So
Well, I appreciate it. And
hey,
the main thing now is
use
just,
me.
hey, you got a sailboat, man. So maybe we'll be back out there doing some sailing because I've only been sailing
Oh
once.
yeah,
So
oh yeah, we're fixing her up. She's
hell
gonna be
yeah.
running.
Well, maybe I
So,
could swing it. I can take off and get out there for a couple days and maybe put on an event in Philly, and we can just we can fuck off for a few days and try to get a bunch of veterans together, and we can do our own thing, do a
oh
small
hell
event.
yeah, we could go to Riverside, Pennsylvania, Marina, and they love us,
All right,
and
yeah, that'd be fun.
it's a good time.
All right, man. Well, hey, thank you again, everybody. This is Robert Bray, and this is Warriors Next Adventure podcast. I just want to say thank you to everybody for listening. I know I was gonna go for like 20 minutes, but hey, this is good content, so why not keep it going? Um, thanks for the convo, man. I look forward to talking to you. Whether it's on Facebook or it's just weird photos that make me question humanity.
Honk honk.
All right, man. I love you, brother.
All right, brother. I love you too, man. You guys take
Yeah.
care.
Talk soon.
All right.